Okay. Well, Saturday's getting off to an interesting start. I think my girlfriend's phone either got lost or stolen today. But my phone is good, so it was insured, so we already have a replacement coming, but she's still going to go down to the place where she thinks she lost it and see if anybody's noticed it. Maybe they've turned it in. Anyhow, I'm on page 10. I'm at the end of the Tarzan story for the most part. I've only got 3 panels to go. We're wrapping it up. I've just got this one. I'm looking at this and I almost want to go borderless on this middle one with no background. What if I did? I'm just considering it. And so this is, I'm just going to unclick it and just see what it would look like without it. I think it would look cool. I think it would look good without it. Alright, well, if it's going to look good, we're going to try it. So let's give it a shot. Now I've got this hand. I'm looking at my hand. Like, this heel of the hand, this is one of my this area right here. I'm like pointing to it, but I'm off camera. Is my what do you call that? Landmarks of the hand that I like. If I feel like if I can get that down, I have a better chance of figuring out where the rest of the parts of the hand are. Hands are very difficult to draw. You may have noticed. Even people that are good at them say they're difficult to draw, and I don't really consider myself to be someone who's just really super good at drawing hands. I might be better than some people, though. Wouldn't be the first time. Alright. Oof. If I draw it like this. Oh, I just heard the dryer went off. I didn't realize that she was washing clothes today. So she's off getting her car, which she was having worked on. And therein lies the rub. So without your phone or your car, someone has to help out. And that's me. And if I hear that buzzer again, I may have to go downstairs and fix it. I'll have to stop the video. The very first version of this face that I made was, it was a little too anime. I mean, I made her just huge eyes. I don't think I've got her nose right at all. So she's been stabbed. She's not dead yet. She says, "You fools! I've lost control of the ritual. Now we'll all die here." And they said, "All right, well, we're gonna get out of here." And they leave her there. What would you do in this situation? I think when I came up with the idea of this story, I had one version where I thought maybe they go through a portal to her home world, her home dimension. And oh, I guess she's bleeding. And they have to like fight monsters or something and fight their way back. In fact, I had a whole prelim script. Well, when I do scripts, I do outlines, plot outlines. And then I improvise the dialogue based on what's going on. The thing is, with comics, most of what you write is in the picture. It's not in the dialogue. In fact, you don't, if it's something that isn't in a dialogue, you want to avoid writing it if you can. It's got to be in the picture. You can kind of get away with some of it. In fact, I did right over here. Once again, the jungle echoes with the victorious cry of the great apes. But if you're going hard on those narration boxes, it ain't good comics. My opinion. All this is my opinion, of course. I'm not ready for trouble, babes. I'm definitely going to put some highlights in the hair and make sure I've shaped it correctly for what I've got. The front part, the bangs, is like that, and then it comes down on the sides. Her hair's all out of place because she's all jacked up now. All right, let's take a look without the pencil layer. Okay. Now we're gonna have to get a little bit more line weight into that. Oh, it's still going on. All right, one moment. We're gonna pause. All right, drag and drop. Fix the dryer signal going off. Not that you could hear it, I would assume. All right. This is her cape. I wanted to go with a detailed background, no background, and we'll do more background. In fact, this panel is going to be kind of all background. It's just going to be a jungle scene of peace returning to the jungle after Tarzan is victorious. I love Tarzan. She's covered in her cape. She's been stabbed. She's still hanging on to life. We'll see how Jake handles it. He already did one of my open panels. He did something unusual, something I wasn't expecting. He actually toned the whole page like a kind of a yellow color, just to account for the background on the one open panel. I'm like, you didn't have to do that. You could have left it white. But at the same time, I kind of trust the process here. We'll let Jake decide how he's going to do it. Oh, come on. There it is. And then I don't want to give her too big hands. I want to give her... It's kind of a shadow there. I don't think we have to go too hard on this panel because of reasons, but let's take a look the pencils out. Pull the pencils off. Alright, here's the problem. How do we get a differentiation between the cape and then like her clothing that's under the cape? And I think we're doing that through shadow, which I'm doing right now. And since we're closed in a lot more, we're close, we can maybe detail a little bit more texture on the dress, whereas before we were just kind of, we were being very, I don't know, we weren't showing a lot of detail. Alright, now there are places where I've gotten the shadow wrong, so let's go ahead and fix those too. Really, we're telling the story almost already. I think this is almost a ready to go panel. I know there's not a lot to it. There doesn't have to be a whole lot to it. I was reviewing the Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection last night. I've just got it on Kindle. And first of all, I didn't realize I have some of the earliest appearances of the Guardians of the Galaxy, because one of the earliest appearances of the Guardians of the Galaxy is like Marvel 2-in-1 number 5. And I didn't realize it was. Marvel 2-in-1 was always this comic that you got when all the other comics were off of the rack already. It was usually just, you know, guest star of the week with the Thing. And in this case, it wasn't even really one of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters. It was Captain America. And it involved a thing where the Guardians of the Galaxy, who had not appeared since 1967, I think, at that point, appeared in a story, and they did like a little time travel story where they go into the future. And it's not any of the Guardians of the Galaxy you would recognize except Yondu is in it. Yondu is there. It's Charlie 27, Yondu, and Martin X, and Vance Astrovic. And then, What are the next appearances? Well, I might have those too. I used to. I don't think I have them anymore. But it's the Defenders. And I'm like, no way. I was a major Defenders collector in that era, so I might have some of them. I think they're long gone, actually, for my Defenders. But yes, the another time travel story with the Defenders, and so the very first real crossover stories with the Guardians of the Galaxy and in modern era are with the Hulk and the Defenders and Doctor Strange. So, who will always be known as the Defenders. If it's got the Hulk and Doctor Strange, in my world, that means the Defenders, not the Avengers. Although I know Hulk was one of the original Avengers, he quits almost immediately. I think he quits in like issue 2. Because he's the Hulk. And it's only Doctor Strange's ability to keep him calm, which makes him in the Defenders, along with Submariner. Alright, that's a middle panel. Am I right or am I right? Well, since we're on a roll. Oh no, I've got a really difficult panel coming up. Alright, let's give it a shot. Anyway. I did a little bit more work with this face, but let's see if we can get it. Alright, the big update is she found her phone. Okay, now, you might disagree. I think I've improved my faces even on my Tarzan head right here. So don't sleep on that 100 heads challenge. I think it's probably a good thing. There's still a long way to go for me. It's right here. Alright, Tarzan the Ape Man. I think my problem with drawing Tarzan is I'm slightly unmotivated because I've been working on it for a while, but I've been doing other things too. So this happened before I even started Book of Ruin, and then I completely finished Book of Ruin, and then I had to come back to Tarzan. So, you know, lesson learned there is don't overextend yourself if you can help it. Which I might have done that. Alright, so because it's an undershot, we should be able to get under the nose. Here I was bragging about how I'd improved, and maybe I haven't improved. I want to show some stress on his face. The carry, the Paita pose here is one of the most famous in the superhero canon, right? You have no shortage of... You'll have no shortage of references if you want to try and draw this. Ah! I'm tired. I think I might give this a rest. I've got a drive-in Saturday tonight at 6. It'll be in about 6 hours. It's 1 o'clock right now, or 12:48 Eastern Time. That's where I am. I'm on the East Coast. I think I made her a little bit too booby. Let's see. I'm trying to be exploitative. There we go. It's a start. It's a beginning. It's a beginning and almost an end. You know, we're starting to get through it. All right, please like, follow, and subscribe. There'll be more Tarzan as we continue on, as we continue on, more comics every day. And if I get this going correctly, I might even be kicking off tomorrow with a new comic, but that's if I get this panel done during Drive-In Saturday. Or maybe this is what I'll be doing tomorrow, and I'll be kicking off the new one on Monday. I have Monday off, so that's pretty cool. And looking forward to seeing what happens. All right. Talk to you later. I'll be back. Hang on.